Hello and welcome to this video course on WordPress security. So what I want to do now is to give you some basics. We're going to talk about the video course as a whole, and then of course we'll talk a little bit about the reasons why most WordPress websites get hacked. So this is video number 1, the introduction. So let's talk about the reality. The reality is that most businesses do not think about WordPress security until it is too late. And the reason being is that a lot of times you're just not thinking about that. But the reality is that online business is just the same as offline business. Now, whether you use your WordPress website for running your business or either maybe a informational website, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a WordPress site, this includes that. So you see in offline businesses where criminals will come in and steal their stuff. On the online realm, it's a lot much worse because people have automated bots or automated systems that their goal is to go out there and to hack your WordPress sites. Now, one big question is WordPress secure? And the big answer to that is yes. If you install a WordPress site, the WordPress code is secure. The reason why WordPress sites get hacked is because of several reasons. So what I've done here is for the next videos 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I'm going to dive in to each individual ways to protect your site. So video number 2, we have backdoors. Backdoors are basically plugins or themes or any type of third-party code that you bring in to your WordPress site. And what that does is it opens up doors, especially if the plugin was not created correctly or the theme was not created correctly or they just are not updated. So we're going to talk more about that in more depth. Video number 3, we'll talk about WordPress hosting and why, if you run a WordPress site, it's better off to have a WordPress hosting web host. And we'll go into the reasons why that is the case. In video number 4, we'll talk about brute force attacks on the login page. Now, this specific attack is generally done by robots or computers, and they're very intelligent computers. So they will guess and guess and guess until they can find your username and your password. And of course, video number 5, we'll talk about different security plugins. There are different security plugins that solve different needs, and we'll go into more depth in that video. Video number 6 is two-step authorization. Basically what that means is you are creating a way to log in and then a way to log in the secondary way. And there's many approaches to that. Sometimes you're using things like Google Authenticator or something else to basically verify that you are who you are. So what you're doing is a lot of banks use this. So you're bringing in what banks use into your WordPress site. Video number 7, we'll talk about hot linking. Video number 8, we'll talk about password protection. So here's what you need. You're going to need to have WordPress web hosting. It's not necessarily mandatory, but you definitely need to have a web host that supports WordPress sites. And of course, most do, but some don't. And of course, last but not least, you will need some money to invest. Better now than later. There have been many companies who have not invested in WordPress security simply because it costs a little bit of money. But if you see your website as an asset, as a business asset especially, or a nonprofit asset that's very important to you, you should protect it. So with that said, let's move on to the next video.